Visual impaired learners from 12 resource centers across the country will find school life easy. This follows a donation of 153 Braille note takers and book readers, worth 8 million Malawi kwacha. These are computerized gadgets donated by Kenyan-based non-governmental organization called Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa. According to Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa coordinator William Gichia, the gadgets are called Obit Reader 20. He explains.
I'm William Waru Gishia from Kenya, working for Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa, that is KBTA. KBTA has visibility in 5 countries in East Africa, that is Kenya, Malawi, Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. And we have the headquarters, the global headquarters for KBTA in Kenya, in Upper Hill, Nairobi. Currently, we are in Kenya, we are in Malawi, because we are introducing a new device called Obit Reader 20. And the Obit Reader 20 is the device that is of help to the visually impaired. It's a book reader and a note taker. By book reader, I mean you can insert your book in this SD card, and when you insert all your titles and all your book, now you have all your library in an SD card, and you can be able to move with it wherever you are. So in other words, it is a pocket library. And then on top of that, it's a note taker. If, for instance, a teacher is in a classroom, the pupil does not need to have a braille and a paper so that he or she can be able to jot his or her notes. You need only to switch on your device, and then after you have switched on your device, it will give you a blank cell whereby you can be able to type, and you can be able to type comfortably. Like now I'm typing, my name is William. And then after you have done with the typing, you can be able to save your work. And now you have your file accessible to you anytime, any hour, wherever you be. That's why we are in Malawi. Okay, we must accept that the world is moving, and we are now sitting on technology. And there is no any other way to go about it. We must accept, admit, and embrace technology. We have been using the braille or the Parkins braille in whatever we have been doing in classroom and also in other setups. The advantages of this device are enormous. One, it is very easy, it's portable. A braille weighs 7 kgs. This weighs less than half a kilo. The other advantage is that we shall have paperless classes, whereby our student can be able to do their notes on the Obit Reader 20, and then they can be able to move, they can be able to work with their notes all the time. And the other advantage is that you can be able to synchronize this device with a phone, with a laptop, with an iPad, or with other digital materials that we are having in our market today. That if for instance you are the teacher and you would like to give some assignment, you only need to type that work at the comfort of your house or from the staff room, and then you'll be able to send your assignment from SMS to this device via Bluetooth. The other advantage is that you realize that it will open up and reduce the cost of production. Because, for instance, what we have been doing in Malawi, we await until MUB, Malawi Union for the Blind, prepare a book from Blantyre, and then the same book will be transported from Blantyre to our respective resource centers. And this one will now change because the student can be able to type their work. And mark you, we are not just giving an empty device. we are ensuring and we have set aside enough funds to sustain this device, whereby every device will be given to every child from class 3 to class 6 in 12 resource centers in Malawi. That means that the blind child will no longer need a braille paper to type, will no longer need a brailler, will no longer need an embosser, whereby things will be done from the headquarters in Blantyre and then dispensed to the respective schools. So when we talk of advantages, we are talking of many advantages that will help the children around Malawi and in Africa.
To express his gratitude towards the development, Malawi Union of the Blind Project Officer James Kingston explains.
Starting with standard 3, 4, 5, and 6, a total of 153 visually impaired learners. So this is just out of 360 learners. So we remain with the other group who are braille users. So we are appealing to the general public to support MUB by supporting us financially so that we can conduct other trainings and also for the purchasing of these obit devices.
Inclusive Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Hastings Magombo, said the coming of the devices is in line with the ministry's inclusive education strategies, which prioritize access to quality education for special needs learners. Resource centers that have benefited countrywide so far are Salima Resource Center, Chilanga, Montfort, Malinkunde, Nkhotakota, Ekwendeni, St. Mary's, St. Maria Goretti, Nanzombe, Makande, Sialuzu, and Nkope Hill Resource Centers. The Obit Leader 20 training was taking place in Salima. Inclusive Education Desk Officer for Salima, Mr. Kalilani, closed the training by thanking Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa for the timely donation.
Oh yes, we have received the obit Reader 20. This is a new gadget.
Yes.
It is very important because what we know is this gadget will enable our learners, more especially the learners who are visually impaired. As you know that communication while they are reading and writing is done by braille. So it's the only gadget that can facilitate learning, reading as well as writing in a classroom situation. Because without the obit reader, we had some challenges, but this time it's a new gadget. The learners have shown that they will like it, and indeed there might be no dropouts within the schools, more especially the specialist schools which we have. An appeal to the general public is that these gadgets cost a lot of money, and the government alone cannot manage to implement the program and the project. There is need for well-wishers to assist us. If they can pump in a certain amount of money, we can be able to have the gadgets, and the learners, most of them can perform to the best of their choice.